was able to take a game off of Midas today, and a pretty, I don't want to say it was a huge upset, but it was definitely not 100% expected, right? Because Pain Gaming has been the top team for, a little while now, especially after going off to Birmingham. They really showed them that, they're a team that can hang at the top tier spot in the international scene. SG, though, recently has picked up Flea and Stan King onto their draft here, and we start off with the Flea Naga Siren. Oh boy, that's gonna be pretty ridiculous. But they're starting off. They've got a new roster. They're going through qualifiers. They're looking mighty strong right now. So I'm very, very excited. But of course, we've got Thunder Predator. These guys have been going through qualifiers as well for quite a while now. I think Rebbit might be one of the only newer additions added onto the team, but we've got some familiar faces. We've got J. Marie, who's a mid player that a lot of people know. Atun, who's just a fantastic core player. Schofield, of course, Prada. These guys are veterans to the scene. So I'm pretty excited here. I am your caster, though, Moxxi Cast. D2 Bowie will be joining me. He is experiencing some unfortunate issues with his internet. That, we're talking all about Peru having issues with their internet tonight. We are also having trouble with D2 Bowie's Brazilian internet. So, fingers crossed we sort this out. I would definitely love to have him bringing his fresh insight as we go through this draft. But for now, you're just going to have to deal with me, so apologies for that. But Thunder Predator, they go and they pick up the Elder Titan and the Tide Hunter, so it looks like they're going to be going for some strong team fight. Tide Hunter, of course, has that really, the threat of Ravage, I feel, is a lot of the times more scary than the actual thing, because it dissuades you from pushing too hard, really, overcommitting, because you know that he's going to be waiting nearby. And then you've also got this Elder Titan, right, who's going to be able to just go ahead and kind of start to get everything into position if he's going to be able to land that Echo Stomp, get that sleep down, you throw out the Earth Splitter, you've got the Tide Hunter Ravage. It's pretty dirty. But on the flip side of things, of course, you've got a Naga Siren. You've got a Flea Naga Siren. And as we saw earlier in the game versus Pain, this guy is a beast on this hero, because he knows exactly when he's needed, when he's got to get in there to push. But at the same time, the second he knows he's not needed, he's able to be really, really greedy. I was actually talking to a couple people about this earlier. They were actually going over the replays, watching this Naga Siren. They said, it's incredible the amount of farm that he's able to find. And it's just incredible, too, the awareness. He knows exactly where he needs to be. He had an Ag Scepter on his Naga Siren that turned a lot of these fights around. Like, he really did so much with it. When these engagements would start going off, Pain Gaming was looking pretty good, and then in comes Flea with that sleep, with the song coming out, rather, and then also that Ag Scepter just healing everybody out. So definitely keep your eye out on Flea Naga Siren. Looks like Bane also picked up here, so I'm guessing that's going to be the Stan King hero. Bane's been having a lot of popularity lately. He's got some nice disables, of course. He's got one that goes through magic immunity. And he's also just got that that Nightmare. It takes one person out of the fight, and if you're quick enough, it could be a very valuable person. And Brain Sap allows him to trade quite well. So pretty strong duo here. They're very much single target coming out from the side of SG, but they do have some really nice lockdown. So looking through these bands, we see the Clockwork, Lycan, Beastmaster, and Ember actually removed. I'm wondering if we might see a Bloodseeker coming out for SG, right? Because Ember's pretty good at being able to, if he gets ruptured, he can just kind of zip himself away. Also, just a lot of respect going out to J. Marie's Ember. He plays this hero quite a bit. He's very, very good with it. There is, I was about to say, there is a Lone Druid still available, but nope, they ban out the Lone Druid too. Those are two of J. Marie's, I don't want to say most played heroes, but definitely popular. He's been doing quite a bit with them. We've seen him in qualifiers before this. We've seen them during qualifiers. And we know that Thunder Predator, they really love doing this kind of split push, where they kind of, they try to take these fights, and if the fights aren't going ultra well for them, they're not afraid to kind of split off. I've seen Atun and J. Marie just split and find the space. Granted, with the Ember Spirit taken out and the Lone Druid, it's going to be a bit difficult for them to try to do the split pushing with the heroes that are left in the pool, unless we see something like maybe a Tinker, which is a possibility. I don't think we're going to be seeing a Nature's Prophet or something like that, but it is going to be a little bit more difficult for them to use that plan. Get the Dark Willow, though, so I think that's going to be a Prada Dark Willow. He's seen him play that before. He's very good with this hero. Very, very slippery. Hard to grab. You know, if you get in the middle of things, you can go use that Shadow Realm where it makes you untargetable. And then, of course, you've also got the Bedlam that just does so much damage, and the Terrorize, which just starts fights over, right? That's pretty amazing when you think about that, because you've got, you know, this Tidehunter. So you have Tidehunter initiate, Naga Siren shows up. If Prada's playing his cards right, he's going to be able to stay off in the sides, and he's going to be able to also throw out that Fear Spell and just reinitiate using that, kind of getting his team out of a bind. So I like this pickup for Thunder Predator. A lot of team fight, good lockdown. I know Thunder Predator during qualifiers has been doing kind of interesting drafts. I haven't seen it though during the main stage, where they'll pick up some very tanky heroes that typically, there it is. That's, you know, I called it. They saw the Ember Spirit and I was like, oh man, these guys totally want that Bloodseeker. They don't want him running away. And then it also just happens to be one of J. Marie's strongest heroes. So that will quickly get remedied there with the Bloodseeker. But yeah, like I was saying, Thunder Predator they've been doing this thing where they pick up very, very tanky heroes and they just kind of run at their enemies. Now they have the Tidehunter picked up. That's one that they actually haven't run before. In recent drafts anyways, we've been seeing things like an Axe and like a Beastmaster. Did see the Aten CK, which is just so good. This guy is a beast on this hero, but take our time here. And we'll see what they want to pick. They need some sort of siege for buildings, because right now all they have is magical. You know, none of these guys hit buildings particularly hard. I'm trying to think what's left in the pool that they might want to pick up. A lot of those meta heroes were taken out. Slark, of course, removed from the side of SG. They don't want to see that. There is a Lifestealer, but Lifestealer not known for sieging buildings super well. So Death Prophet's still in the pool as a possibility. And there is a 4DR on the side of SG. So you kind of run the risk. Do you allow him to get that Death Prophet? Or you wonder, is that Bloodseeker going mid? Because Bloodseeker has been, most of the times, being sent in that mid lane. I think I've seen, I want to say it was Tavo who took it a couple times into the off lane. I could be wrong. But, you know, that's kind of the nice thing about the drafts, and we were talking about that earlier today. The fact that a lot of these heroes are able to be very flexible. You can move them within different lanes, and then on top of that, you've got duo lanes coming out, which makes it a lot more difficult for trying to get certain... Oh, okay. That will work. That's a J. Marie Pugna, I believe. That's going to be able to siege towers really well. It's also going to be nice, too, being able to use that Decrepify. Very squishy hero, though. I'm a little nervous about this. Does have the, I guess he's got the Nether Ward, too. That'll be able to go against some of Bane's spells, but it's kind of interesting. It's not a super traditional draft, but it will work. I'm wondering if Thunder Predator is going to run at them. I'm wondering if that's the plan. Because this feels like a very kind of early pushing strat coming out so far. And then they still need something for Aten here. Would like to see, you know, right now they're just going to pick up a Hood of Defiance on the heroes on the side of SG because it's just so much magic, right? Dark Willow does a ton of damage, but it's all magic. You got magic coming in from Elder Titan, Tidehunter, Pugna. It's gonna be a little hard, so they need something pretty hard. I wonder if we will get the CK again. I don't know.
Phantom Lancer.
Phantom Lancer comes out. Hey, Bowie.
Do I sound like a robot?
Yeah, you are 100% robotic, unfortunately. And then it clears up, though. See, it's inconsistent. It's very, I think it might be your mic. I don't know.
Yeah, he broke. My mic's broken.
Oh, no. Do you have any other mics lying around the house? Any terrible headsets that maybe you can use in the meanwhile?
I'm gonna try. Wait,
Okay.
wait a second.
All right. Well, now you guys know why Bowie, you haven't heard much of him just yet because he's trying to figure out his microphone issue. And hopefully that gets solved. But luckily, it is a BO1. So, it's not like we're missing out on a BO3 that's super juicy here and not having Bowie. You just have me for now. But hopefully, maybe he's got a little headset lying around that he can use for now. Morphling pickup. Or sorry, ban, and we get the Pangolier. Alright. I'm so used to seeing this hero getting picked up for Tavo, right? The Tavolier. But they're gonna go for it over on the side of SG. It's gonna be a lot of chaos moving around. It's gonna be difficult to deal with. So I'm guessing, alright, if I'm looking at this right now, I'm guessing Laposa on the Pangolier. We're gonna see Costabile on the Phantom Lancer, and then 4DR on the Bloodseeker, I believe. Could swap it around, though. Could see that Phantom... Oh, and the Terrorblade. Ooh, hot on Terrorblade. I haven't seen that in a while. Alright, so it's going to be kind of interesting because you really have to protect Terrorblade early on. And I feel like Nagasire and Bane and looks like SG is still discussing their win condition over here. They haven't grabbed their heroes up just yet. But it's going to be a very, very important that they protect Aten here. And it's also kind of scary with the other side. I guess neither team has the best wave clear. I guess Costabile does have, the blood right. That'll be able to take down some of these illusions, but this is very, very strong, especially when you consider, you've got the Metamorphosis up, you've got Jamer who's going to be just constantly wailing away on towers whenever he can, you've got that save from Willow, and you've got two really big ultimates, right, coming out from the Tidehunter and, of course, the Elder Titan. Although, of course, you do have Flea on his Nagasire, and we've seen how powerful he is with that. So, actually, 4DR is going to be on the Phantom Lancer. He's going to be going up against the Pugna in the mid lane. That'll be pretty difficult for him. Hi, Bowie.
Hello.
Oh, okay, I can hear you. Your breathing is a little heavy. Because you're not used to using this, but I can hear you now, so let me turn you up a little bit.
Alright. Okay, I'm gonna try to take it out of my mouth here. I have no idea how this mic sounds, but
it's
fine. The only one I have.
It's making it work, and I'll take it. I'll take it. Did you miss my my perfect analysis of the draft?
Wow. What happened?
Nothing. Honestly, it was just a lot of me talking. But it wasn't, it wasn't that grade A D2 Bowie analyzing, so.
It's fine. I mean, I'm actually very worried for Tender Predator here. They have a Terrorblade, and there's Pangolier, Bloodseeker on the other side. I don't know about this. This is looking pretty good for them.
Yeah, I mean, we're having a little bit of issues already with the internet. Fingers crossed, right? I just want to see good Dota. This is going to be such a hype match if everybody is able to stay connected. A little nervous, though. Of course, you do have Aten on the Thunder Predator. Well, rather the Terrorblade, my bad. Also starts with a T. But they really need to protect him, right? You've got to protect this Terrorblade or else he's going to start having some issues. And he's not as strong as he used to be.
Yeah, they did get some buffs back to Terrorblade, but it doesn't really solve the problem that he's not the greatest dual laner. He has... oh my god, this headphone, like he has so much... noise canceling that I'm not used to, so it's weird. Like the Dota sounds are so immersive here that I don't know what's happening, but I'm gonna try and focus. So yeah, the Terrorblade not great in dual lanes. You do use Metamorphosis once, and then like just this huge downtime where you're not doing much, and that's really their problem. They have Ravage, they have Earth Splitter, and Metamorphosis, huge cooldowns. They're gonna have to play around the Pugna and the Dark Willow a lot, or else they'll just fall behind. And there's this Costabile Bloodseeker. It's not in the mid lane, so it's not gonna get out of control like we saw in other games, but it's still pretty worrisome for Thunder Predator, I would say.
Absolutely. And we do get an early invasion down here. Oh, man, Laposa. I guess, I mean, when you have a taunt that good, you got to use it, right?
Yeah, yeah. I do appreciate that they lowered the sound a little bit.
Yeah, it was so loud before. Oh, my goodness. Even just the wind-up, too, is just very, very loud. You've got your mic enabled in-game, right, Bowie? I know you've been...
Oh, nope, I don't.
All right,
Thank
well,
you
for
very
those
much.
of you who are hearing me talk to myself, Bowie is on his way right now. We still
Moxxi
have...
is not crazy.
Yeah, we still have that bug in-game, so he's got to just type in the console command. But he's here now, don't worry.
Oh, the applause for me. Thank you.
Just for you, Bowie, just for you. That's a big problem, actually, if Flea can actually hear you, so hopefully that wasn't just for you.
Yeah, we did have that problem sometimes. Alright, so this is gonna be a Bloodseeker. Oh, this is an offlane Polygon? Oh.
Oh, they want that
Tidehunter.
matchup. They want the matchup against the Bloodseeker, I think.
Yeah, it is probably the best matchup because the Decrepify is really the only tool that they have in the early game to actually deal with the Bloodseeker. There's not much he can do. So that's nice. I feel like the Tidehunter is gonna be fine versus Phantom Lance. So great adaptation by Thunder Predator. If SG doesn't change their lanes, it's gonna be pretty good for them.
I feel like that's something they consistently do quite well, is they try to find the perfect matchup for their heroes. I know there was one game where they definitely, I don't remember if it was Infamous or someone that was facing off, I believe it was Thunder Predator, but they just kept switching lanes nonstop, finding that perfect opening, and they weren't afraid to do it. Because you get these people that get really, like, weirdly attached to safe lane with their cores for some reason, even when the matchup is not very good. So I appreciate the fact that, you know, they aren't afraid to change things up and adjust, because that's very important, of course, in Dota 2. Got to move that mic a little bit further away from your mouth, Bowie. Or your nose, I'm not sure.
He has this bending thing. I actually took it out of my mouth, but it keeps coming back. So I'm gonna try to hold it up.
Okay. Well, the good news is the mic sounds really, really good. It actually sounds better than your other one.
Oh, all right. Okay.
You know, positive things. Got to look on the bright side.
Nice. Thank you, Moxxi.
I'm trying. I try to be positive. You know me.
That's true. So let's take a look on these lanes here. Actually, pretty decent lane for 40R versus Tide. It's gonna be a farm fast pretty much. Top lane, there's not that much potential. Bane might die if he doesn't really take care. And actually, the Cryptify level 1, I really like what Jamer is doing here. That's definitely what you want to do.
Yeah, just constantly making sure that the Bloodseeker can't hit creep seems like pretty value in this lane, especially because, you know, he also depends on it to be able to heal up.
Yes. And in bottom lane, now that the Metamorphosis is out, I feel like Liposa is gonna have a pretty much a free lane here. There is Prada to be a little bit annoying, but she doesn't have much onto the Penguin here. There's always the Swashbuckle and the Shift Crash. Nice pull.
It's a pretty calm game so far. No one's getting too crazy. Looks like top lane, you know, they put a little pressure over here on Costabile, but you know, he's gonna be able to move himself away. They've got the save coming out from Stan King, of course. And then mid lane, you know, it's a Tidehunter. Like what's gonna happen in this lane? You've got a very tanky Watermelon versus a Catman, and I don't think either one is going to be able to get a kill unless, you know, Rabbit gets that level 6 and 40R is not being careful. He's sitting a little bit too low, but mostly it's just going to be them whacking away at each other.
Yeah, there is kill potential at level 6 for sure for the Tidehunter because the Anchor Smash, there's not much. You don't want to use Spirit Lance to get CS in this lane. Too expensive. So if 40R doesn't really take care in terms of region, he might die. Here in the top lane, nice Nightmare. Do they have Blood Right? Oh,
We got the Blood Right. They're going to be able to throw it out. They're looking for that stomp. Won't be able to quite land it here. And it looks like Jamer, you're going to be trading a little bit with Stan King. Oh, that was really close with that Brain Sap. Jamer uses the Decrepify. He's going to be able to go use the Salve as well and make his way to safety. That was close. And Flea is just poking and prodding away. They'll go use the Bramble Maze, and they've got that Metamorphosis, they're going to turn around. They've got their eyes on Flea. Can they get this? There's going to be a nice stomp. Looks like he's not long for this world. First blood going to go to Atun as he takes down Flea. Looks like we've got some motion here in the top lane, too. They're really chasing after J-Marie right now, but he's a very fast little skelly man. I don't think they're going to be able to catch him.
389 move speed with boots. That's pretty good. Schofield here in the middle lane. I'm not sure they can kill the 4DR.
Not without the Ravage. They need the Ravage in order to do that.
We're gonna have bounty runes pretty soon, so they already have the Bosa here. I feel like SG they might be able to get more bounties because of how they're positioned right now.
It's like bottom lane, they've got their eyes over here in Dark Willow. They'll go use the Shadow Realm. Turn around, try to put out a little bit of damage. But Laposa doesn't seem too affected by it. Actually has himself a bot. Walks right by Schofield, actually. He's gonna make his way down to this lane. Flea standing nearby. Not sure if they're gonna try to do anything with the Bramble Maze being on cooldown here. But they don't seem aware that Schofield's here. Some pressure over here on Atun. Reflection, oh, nice stomp. Gonna be able to catch both of them right away. Flea trying to run himself out. Looks like they'll turn their attention to Laposa, but they're still pretty hard to just take them down. Oh, TP cancels? Where are they going with that? Do they mean to do that? I don't know. Bramble Mace comes out though in the bottom lane. We'll be able to slow down Flea just a little bit. Schofield still just punching away over here at the Naga Siren. Atun running himself over as well. Oh, there's Reflection. Oh no, I think Flea actually makes it out. Oh, with that stomp though. Can Schofield grab him in time? Flea's pretty fast.
The change that you can actually dispel Metamorphosis is so huge because Naga Siren can quickly take it out. That's a pretty big nerf with the matchup. Blade and the Naga Siren. They're gonna shrine up here.
Now you're a little quiet, Bowie, and I've got you turned up pretty high, so bear with us, guys. We're sorry about this. Bowie's mic.
Yeah, it's all my fault. It's all my fault, actually.
It's all right. It happens. It happens. Bowie's mic actually died, apparently, or was malfunctioning very, very badly. So he's using a different mic right now, and it's not his usual. So we're having some adjustment here. Nice Echo Stomp. Looks like they still should be able to get this kill on Schofield as he tries to move himself up and away through these trees. Actually cut down the tree as well. They're like, you're not going to be able to juke away from us. Posa's still on the hunt here. Is he going to be able to get him in time? He doesn't really have much does have mangoes, though, if he wanted to pop. It has that Q, though. I don't think they quite have enough damage unless they're able to go and grab that net. Oh, the net comes through! Laposa is going to be able to get that kill. Meta's up, though. Laposa's going to pay for that with his life. And now Flea is the last man standing in this bottom lane.
That was pretty good for Thunder Predator, obviously. They have the Metamorphosis, they have the Catapult, so I expect them to be able to pressure a little bit. Is my mic better now?
Yes, it's a little bit better.
I know you're so positive. It's a little bit better.
Making progress, right? It's not worse. You gotta look at it that way, right?
Alright. Level 6 on Coastable, so I actually tried to use the Rupture apparently.
Stan King. Stan King's gonna get caught. Atun's on a killing spree, turns his attention to Laposa. Goes back to farming creeps. We do have the level 7 on Rebbit, right? So we could see a Ravage come out at some point. Still chasing after this Bloodseeker though. Oh man. They don't want to go for that full dive though. Looks like J-Marie trying to run himself back. They've got the net. He's going to throw out a Nether Blast and try to take Flea down. He's running a little low on this. Oh, in comes 4DR though. He has a Haste Rune. Should be able to get this kill. And yeah, there goes J-Marie. And now it looks like Schofield on the back foot. 4DR is just running past this tower. Wow. All right, the TP comes out from Schofield. He says, I know I can't run away from this, but they don't have the lockdown. So he's going to take advantage of that.
Yeah, I guess the thing is how much this TI Hunter is going to impact the game. Because yeah, he can lane versus the PL, but is he going to change the tides of the game?
Haha, very funny, Bowie. Very, very funny.
Because, I mean, he doesn't offer that much push. The cooldown is pretty big. Not sure if he's going. I mean, if he goes for very tanky items like we've seen, it could work. Just get straight up Crimson or Pipe, and then try to fight with their team. That could be a possibility. Just group up around the Terrorblade.
Sorry, I'm a little distracted. I know everyone's screaming in chat about the overlay. It did get fixed. You are on a 5-minute delay, though, so I'm not able to instantly make that change. Y'all are going to have to just wait. But I did see it, and it is fixed. Okay, so... Man, Autun's just farming out of his mind, right? 62 and 20, 56 and 6 on this Tide Hunter, 56 and 8. Rotation in the top lane, though, Flea. He's got his eyes onto the Elder Titan. He's going to try to TP himself out, but there's just too much damage now. Jamer, he's been ruptured. Will try to buy himself some more time. He's got the Decrepify over here on Constabile. There's going to be the TP, and Tide Hunter does have the Ravage, and look how fast they scatter. They know that he's got it. He's been holding on to it, and they don't want to give him that Ravage with 3 people in it.
Yeah, that's a good rotation by the Tide Hunter, but at the same time, it's kind of wasted. They do get the kill. Constabile still farming. I would like to see the Radiance this game, just because they are against the Pugna as well as the Tide Hunter. But he's probably going to get a Blade Mail first to deal with the Pugna.
Yeah, Pugna definitely can't deal with that sort of damage being bounced back on him. He's just too squishy. I'm waiting for this Ravage, though. I mean, this Tide Hunter is having a very comfortable time in this mid lane against PL. Like, look at it. He's like taking almost no damage. It's actually so ridiculous.
Yeah, the percentage reduction is ridiculous. He has 1 point in Doppelganger, but it's not very spammable at level 1.
And they actually rotated Jamery down to this bottom lane. He's got his eyes on Flea. We'll use the Decrepify. He's got the life drain. Oh, he's going to be able to go use those Mirror Illusions. In comes Laposa. He's going to chase after Jamery. He's got that Rolling Thunder. Look at Jamery just running around in circles. Trying to break those ankles. He's not going to be able to. There's a Constabile down here. And he's going to be able to take him down.
Nagasari is such a huge pick here this game. I'm not sure when it was picked in the draft because I was trying to fix my broken mic. But you can dispel... Not only you can dodge the Stomp, you can dispel the Curse Crown, the Reflection, as well as the Ankle Push. Pretty good pick.
This is actually... It's Flea on the Nagasari. It was first pick.
Huh. Okay. That's pretty good for him. It's gonna be a fun Nagasari game.
I mean, I think they didn't see the first match that SG played against Pain. Because Flea's Naga is nothing to be laughed at. He did so much during that game. It was actually just insane, especially with the Ags, right? There's a lot of people standing nearby. I'm not sure if they're quite aware of this. Yeah, there it is. The Fiend's Grip comes out immediately. Fierce Ball gets thrown, but it doesn't matter. Stan King's not in the middle of all of that. He's going to be able to help get that kill.
Nicely done. They get a tower. They get a kill. Not a lot of towers. I mean, they did get top for Thunder Predator, but I expected the Terrorblade to do a little bit more. If you check bottom, the tower is very low. I feel like they can get a deny. Right?
I mean, denies are so much more important nowadays because you don't get any gold. It used to be you got 100, but it looks like they want to save it though. Maybe they just don't want to. They don't want to take it down just yet, so that way they have something to TP to in case of it's... Yeah, all right. Ravage is coming out here on Rabbit. Rabbit knows he cannot be standing in the middle of that blood right. Won't be able to get the Ravage off if they try to take a fight. Luckily, he's a very tanky watermelon, so he's able to not walk it off necessarily, but get himself away for sure.
Yeah, in fact, he's going to be so tanky. He's actually going for the Crimson Guard. And nowadays, Tide Hunters are even more tanky because you have the Anchor Smash damage reduction level 15. And the Kraken Shell level 20, and the Crimson Guard. So that PL is not going to do any damage to the Tide Hunter. And this might become a problem later on. He's going to be this walking watermelon with auras and stuff, and he cannot take it out.
Good old watermelons with auras.
Alright, top lane, we do have the Posapango, has the rolling thunder.
I'm a little worried, right? Because Jamery just doesn't have much. He's kind of struggling. It's about 3k net worth at this moment.
He's a Pugna. He just needs level 7. He just needs level 7. As long as the watermelon is there to protect him, he's going to be able to Nether Blast towers. And that's all Pugna really needs to do. The problem is that he puts a lot of pressure on Atu. So he's going to have to deal a lot of damage.
Yeah, they've got a lot of people TPing down here. Again, they use that rupture on Rabbit. Rabbit just walks himself around again. I mean, this is kind of like making space, right? Even if he gets taken down here. Fear Spell comes out, though. They'll be able to cancel out. It looks like he was going for that Fiend's Grip. Rabbit, he's still alive. There's going to be the Bramble Maze thrown down by Prada. TP comes out from Rabbit. He doesn't want to be here any longer. Oh, he's not able to get any hits off. And, Rabbit just walks away, making a lot of space too. Everybody basically made it down to the bottom lane, which gives Autun more time to farm. And that's pretty scary.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure this is not something I say very often, but this Tidehunter is going to become a huge problem.
Oh, bottom lane Schofield, he manages to lay the air splitter down, but PL going to be able to dodge it with ease, and then just take this camp. He's a fast little skelly, man.
Okay, so in terms of net worth, Terrorblade way ahead of everyone. That's starting to become scary. Already has the Dragon Lance, getting closer to that Manta.
He's also got 3 kills under his belt right now, Bowie. We talked about how it's really important to shut down a Terrorblade early on because he struggles to get back into the game, but he does eventually do it. So you have to make sure that you're using all of that momentum that you get if you're able to shut him down, but he's just wasn't shut down, it feels like, at all.
Yeah. I expected the lane to be a little bit better for us. Just cruising. Level 12, 15 minutes. That's very impressive. They didn't take a lot of map control, but still, in a game like this, he's probably the strongest hero in the game. And this is a game where you cannot go... I hope they're not going Fusel Blade on to... Yeah, they're going Fusel Blade on the payoff.
Yeah, PL already has his Diffusal Blade. I think it's getting brought out to him right now.
I mean, you can dispel the reflection now, but even then, I mean, you're gonna lose all your mana. That PL hitting you is so strong.
He's also gonna be running at that Pugna probably every moment that he gets.
Yeah.
Grepify is only gonna save you for so long, J. Marie. This is pretty scary here.
And Costa Bill's going BKB, not going the Radiance, so...
That's one?
Look, you're gonna have some damage problems.
Just a little peekaboo over here by those Ancients. No one wanting to commit to it right now. And this is kind of interesting, right? We talked about this during the draft. The fact that Fleet, he's really good at knowing when he's needed in fights, but he's also just very greedy as well. When he knows that his team isn't going to be going for any of these engagements. Although, as I say that, we do get an engagement down here. Earth Splitter comes out. The Rolling Thunder just running through everyone. Rabbit is ruptured. He's looking to get that opening for the Ravage. He's going to get hit again by Laposa. They go up on around the Shrine. Sounds like they've got a Fiend's Grip somewhere, but looks like they'll be able to take down Stan King. And now 4DR, he's sitting very, very low. They just need another hit, and he's actually going to make it out. Oh my gosh, he makes that with something like 50 hit points. Do end up losing Stan King on the Bane. But
yeah, considering that SG fought into their Shrine, it's incredible that they just lost the Bane. Because I was grinding on my saves here because I felt like this was gonna go super bad for SG. Thankfully, they do save the PL, and it looks like they did a lot of damage top. And Naga Siren did farm. He pretty much has the Spirit Vessel now, so they can start taking more fights because that's the only way they're gonna be able to get on top of the Tidehunter. They need some sort of extra damage, and I guess the Spirit Vessel can help, but he can always dispel it. But oh my god, that Tidehunter is so good, isn't it? Already has the Crimson Guard. Insanely tanky.
Rabbit's playing this so well too because he's held on to this Ravage a couple times. He's just waiting. He's very patient. He's not blowing it just because he's panicking because there's people around. They're playing this really well on the side of Predator. Although this smoke here could be a pretty big reveal. Oh, the blink forward. They've got their eyes on Schofield. It's just going to get evaporated. They've got that. Oh, they go in for the Fierce Spell. Rabbit doesn't quite get clipped. He was looking for that Ravage. They just keep rupturing every time because they know he's so tanky. They need to just put a lot of pressure on him. But while all this is going on, we got Autun over here who's just farming away. He's almost going to have himself a BK. Oh, he's got the BKB queued up, rather. I'm sorry. Should be having that Manta brought out to him right now. I think on the courier. Yeah, there it is.
It's actually funny. They're using the Rupture on the Tidehunter just so that he cannot walk up and Ravage or get Yankler Smash. It's just basically to zone a Tidehunter. You never really see that, but when you have such a farm watermelon, I guess.
Oh my god, he's got a Crimson Guard, Bowie.
Yep. He is going Radiance.
Oh my god.
Okay. Pretty good versus PL. I like it.
I love it. I think it's not very often you get to see a Tidehunter this farm, especially after going mid against a PL, right?
Yeah. You rarely see the mid, but the change up in lanes was great. I feel like if the Tidehunter was off laning, he's gonna have a tough time because Bloodseeker, he doesn't really care that much about the damage reduction because he has not base damage that comes from the passive. So it's not gonna reduce that part of the damage. So it's pretty good. Instead, he farms versus the PL. PL doesn't really have many ways of shutting the Tidehunter down.
Boy, I'm so disappointed. I just realized we didn't have any predictions for the start of this game. Oh. Poe's at the right place, right time. Gets the last hit on the tower here. Got that blink online.
We do have a slight wood advantage. It's pretty much Atun versus the world right now.
I feel like that's fairly common.
Yeah, that's CK. You remember that?
Oh yeah. Are you kidding? I was the one who told you that Atun CK is like terrifying. It's wonderful. Bloodseeker with a haste. Got that blade mail online. I'm wondering if he's gonna be looking for a Pugna down here. It's a fast little... He's kind of a birdman, I guess, technically. Yeah, they figure that someone's over here. Jamboree just gonna be able to go TP himself out. Doesn't want to have to deal with that nonsense right now.
Interestingly enough, Flea decided to get the meme hammer instead of the
Really?
vessel. I feel like this is better because there's a mantle on the Terrorblade, so he can take the Spirit Vessel out. There's the passive on Tidehunter. So if you're using it on any other hero, it's not gonna change much. The meme hammer at least gives you more siege, and you have the combo with the Son of the Siren.
It's actually just so impressive seeing Flea being able to just farm up this stuff so quickly. Be apart from his team.
It's pretty much for Protect Flea here.
For Protect Flea. Okay, we should get that on a shirt, I think, or SG should make that.
I would wear it.
I would wear it too. SG, make this happen. For Protect Flea, please. Thank you.
Alright, so they don't find anyone, unfortunately. They're going BK. Oh, they have the Shadow Blade on PL. That's cool.
You don't sound impressed. It's like, yeah, it's alright.
But you can make a Silver Edge eventually, so I guess it can be used for versus the Tidehunter later on. You don't want to go Silver Edge to counter a Tidehunter that early on, but it might be useful later.
So what's the plan here? Feels like everyone, you know, I haven't seen anyone really taking much for objectives currently. Do they need to get a smoke, do you think? Or I feel like Atun's very, very strong. Like, look at his items right now. He's almost got that BKB. I'm guessing they're waiting for the BKB, most likely, for Atun.
Yeah, and I feel like that's the same for SG. You don't want to fight into that Ravage. If you overcommit, there's going to be the Ravage with the Terrorblade. You're going to get destroyed.
What is Tidehunter coming out from?
Yeah. It's going to be... No, wait. That's a BKB on the Pugna. Tidehunter's going Radiance.
He got his Blink Dagger though. Yeah, because he had queued up. Whoa. 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 Stand King. Stand King, my friend. You are in no man's land. There be dragons here. Or a giant watermelon, anyways.
So, Costa Bill finishes his own BKB. PL still needs quite a bit, so... Not sure if they really want to wait the BKB on 4DR. That probably will take too much time.
I'm just keeping my eyes over here on Stan King because he keeps wandering around. And there's a lot of people nearby and like none of his team, but looks like he does find the exit point where he won't be detected. It's too funny.
He's doing pretty well in terms of levels at least. He's already level 10. Way ahead of the Dark Willow on the enemy side. They do have the Lotus Orb only pulse as well, so you can take, there's more dispels there. You can take the Anchor Smash, the Decrepify, the Cursed Crown.
Man, it's such a treat to see Laposa play. This guy is one of the best offlaners. South America. Him and Tavo, and both of them play the Pangolier, and it's so bad too. I'm not gonna lie, because I'm so used to see. Oh man, Schofield just took the wrong step up here, and they go for that stomp. 4DR's already made himself out. Doesn't have any mana though. Actually, they burn the Ravage. All right, not a bad use of that first Ravage. The Fear Spell comes out. They're gonna try to push them away. Oh, look at Bane runs into the open arms of Atun and Rebbit. Very nice Fear Spell, and now Leposa just gonna have to walk away. I go into the pit for Roche.
And that's exactly why going Fusel Blade on PL is super scary versus Terrorblade. Like usually you're like, fine, I'll just doppelganger away. But with that reflection, you just get no mana at all. And I'm not sure on that positional Rolling Thunder. They do have Song. So maybe if they
no. There's a Naga Siren down here trying to fight off an Elder Titan. Oh, J. Marie. Oh, the BKB comes out from Fusabile. J. Marie was not prepared for that. He's going to fall immediately. Prada tries to run out. That's a double kill. However, they buy enough time for them to go and get that Aegis up and running. Lotus Orb gets placed over here on Costabile. Lee going to be able to go throw it out. The BKB comes out from Atun. He's going to have to use it defensively. He doesn't have the TP out of his backpack. He'll use that Sunder, though, and be able to escape.
Wait, they actually...
Who got the Aegis?
Who got the Aegis?
Oh my gosh, there was so much stuff going on.
Did someone deny the Aegis?
Yeah, Atun denied the Aegis!
Oh my god, he denied the Aegis! Oh.
I thought he had picked it up. I saw the Atun in the sidebar. I didn't.
Too.
Oh my gosh. I'm sorry, guys. It's late. It's late.
Okay.
But. Yikes. Maybe did he not have a slot open at the time and he just panicked?
Yeah, I feel like he was probably clicking the Roche, and as he backpacked, he probably denied it. Ooh, that's costly for them because they lost a lot of heroes for that. And I was like, okay, it's fine, I got the Aegis, but.
They did not actually, in fact, get that Aegis. Dewarding going on. Alright, so we are 26 minutes into the game. We've got about a 6k net lead for SG and like a 5k lead in terms of experience earned. It definitely feels like SG's playing very, very aggressive though. Despite the fact that I feel like Atun is just so strong right now. Oh, they spot out 4DR over here. They've got a sentry down. They're looking for the opening. I hear the roll coming up, but they'll actually just poke at the Elder Titan, back themselves away.
He actually got the super. Alright.
Ooh, the Ravage comes out and they'll just take out Costabile almost immediately. Fear Spell was actually getting wound up, but Rebbit now is in for some trouble. He's pretty tanky. He's just feels like he's not taking any damage if you look at all these illusions. Stan King, though, will get taken down. And it looks like Leposa just going to roll around on 4 different heroes, knock a couple of these golems out of the way, and grab himself an illusion rune. Oh, Schofield. Echo Stomp. Manages to move it back. There's going to be that Meme Hammer getting dropped on the tower. Ghost Scepter has been picked up by the Elder Titan, though. So a little bit of damage here on the tower. 4DR. Doesn't look like he's willing to commit on this, especially not without the rest of his team. Has that Silver Edge completed, though, now, so Tidehunter not going to be quite as tanky.
This is actually pretty good for SG. They committed Ravage. Yeah, you kill the Bloodseeker, but you're actually taking tier 3 damage. You don't do anything. I really like the way Fleet is playing. He's pretty much split pushing. He's position 5 that actually can threaten high ground. So he doesn't really fear going for those plays. And at the same time, even if Thunder Predator commits a lot of heroes to kill him, it's actually on SG's advantage because they're all those rotations. They get kills, but they cannot get anything meaningful out of the map. Really nice the way Flea plays this Nagasari.
Well, I mean, he's not playing it as a 5. He's definitely playing it as a 4 here with the
yeah.
With the items he's got and the farm he has. But yeah, no, I understand what you mean. He's got an astounding amount of farm because he's being able to just split push. He's got the Meme Hammer. He's got the Boots of Travel. This guy is stacked. And right now, it's so Atun against the world now. Look at the net worth, Bowie. 17k on Atun. And then the rest of his team, the next closest is the Tidehunter with 10. With 3 different heroes on the side of the Dire in between.
Yeah, and I'm not a big fan of playing Terrorblade like that. I feel like if you're playing a hero like Luna, that doesn't really rely on any big cooldowns besides the BKB to fight, that's fine. Terrorblade, he's so cooldown reliant. He's kind of like a Death Prophet. You can have 20k net worth on a Death Prophet, but if you force the Exorcism and she doesn't have like a Refresher Shard or a Refresher Orb, you can just easily, you know, disengage, burst her down, and the buyback doesn't mean anything after that.
Yeah, it reminds me a lot of like a CK as well.
Yeah, it's the perfect example. It's very similar.
Schofield taking a little bit of damage from 4DR. Man, it stinks, right? When you're just walking through your woods, you just get some Spirit Lances thrown at your face, and all of a sudden, like, almost half of your health is gone instantly. That's rough.
Ustabil finally going for the Radiance, getting pretty close to it.
We've got 2 Radiances, then eventually we're going to see it on the Tidehunter. I'm a little worried about this Pugna, right? I feel like Pugna hasn't been able to get as much done as he'd like. Does have himself that BKB, but there's so many things that go right through it. You've got the Fiend Script that's going to be able to go through it. You've got the Blade Mail that's going to be over. Oh, Song comes out, and they just TP away to safety.
Alright, they actually forced the Ravage there, so that's pretty good. You trade Ravage for the Song. The cooldown when you're level 16 is actually faster for the Naga, so it's pretty good for SG. And that's kind of the summary of this game. It looks like they're going for these aggressive plays. Ravage gets used. Maybe they get a hero, maybe they don't. But Aton actually committed Metamorphosis, and now he's farming Mud Golems. That's not really how you want to use that spell.
Does this become an issue now that they've used too many of their big spells? Right, they use the Ravage, they use the Metamorphosis. Is this the time for SG to just slip back in then? Granted, they don't have the Song up for another 70-something seconds, but I mean, you've got the Rolling Thunder on Tavo. Not Tavo. Oh my gosh, that's how used to it I am seeing this hero on that player. Oh gosh.
Yeah, you're right. They're gonna smoke. That's a good play. Let's see if they can find that big cut. Now, usually using the Metamorphosis is not necessarily a problem, but when you're playing this solo core, and SG has, I guess, 2 cores plus the Naga, in a sense, then it becomes a problem, because they are out-farming you, and they have more cores. So that gold is more important for SG than it is for Thunder. It's not more important, but it counts more. And looks like they're gonna go Hydra.
Got their eyes over here on the Titan. Look at that. Oh, immediate. Look how much damage Rabbit actually takes. He's actually going to try to TP himself out, and he can't. The Rolling Thunder coming out from Leposa. They might actually be able to finally slay this Tidehunter. I just love how Leposa just rolls around, makes the space. The rest of the team sits back and says, all right, we're just going to let him do his thing. But I don't know if you want to keep going now, right? Yeah, already you're seeing Fleet TP out to the top lane. And the rest of SG taking up residency in the Radiant jungle.
This Tidehunter is thick.
Did you say he's thick?
Yes, I did. He didn't die once, and they are 10k gold ahead on SG. So that's impressive. But they have...
Oh, there's the Ravage. They found themselves. Costabile is going to try to get himself out. He's got the Blade Mail pop, but it doesn't matter. He's just slowed down too much. And there was a Stand King there, but he just got immediately blown up by Pugna. So look at all of this damage being thrown out over on the tower. Flea doing his best over here to do a little bit of split pushing, and we do see that the wave's getting cleared out here by Leposa.
Yeah, that's a great play, by the way. If they... Yeah, it doesn't look like they're going to be able to get TI8, and the Roshan respawn timer is huge, so SG, they're gonna be up when Roshan is back.
That's pretty smart, you know. You've got that option on the table. You've got to try to stop this push, but
they have a lot of ways with the Pangolier, the Naga Siren, and eventually the Bloodseeker gets a Manta. He's gonna be able to cut some waves as well.
You have the Scotty online for Aton now. He's got the Scotty online. He's gonna be getting the butterfly. Yeah, well, I mean, this is Aton Dota. Right, he reminds me a lot in some ways of HFN, where if you stop putting pressure on him, he's going to be able to farm efficiently. He's really, like, I'm actually quite impressed. In the past couple months, I feel like he has just gotten so much better. He's always been a pretty good core, but it feels like he's really stepped up his game. I think he's been playing, like, a ton of pubs, too, from what I heard from a couple people I was talking to. And it shows, you know?
The way Thunder Predator plays around him is very similar to the OG HFN. Like, it was like HFN versus the world, literally, and it's pretty impressive. They, like, if they get the right jump, they can definitely win. It's just a question of how SG positions, if SG can bait those cooldowns like we saw before. But for now, it looks like there is no Ravage, and Roshan is going to respond. So if FSG, can check this right now, and they will, they might be able to take it.
I think if Flea's able to just keep drawing them to another lane by split pushing, it'll make it much easier. It's obviously scary, right? They have a Tide Hunter. They have, do they have any vision over here? Looks like they don't have any wards up currently.
And look at Fleet, he has that Aghanim Scepter again.
I'm not surprised.
I'm gonna see a lot of clutch plays by that Axe.
I'm actually pretty surprised that they allowed Flea to get the Naga Siren. But there were other bans that they felt were more important, I suppose. Alright, so 40R sitting here in the pit. Got Stabby. Oh, they're gonna send in the Spirit. They'll scout it out. Wasn't actually going down that quickly. But you gotta be careful with Rebbit, you know, nearby. He's got that Blink Dagger. He's gonna have the Radiance online very shortly as well, Bowie. But you've got this very pesky Naga Siren in the bottom lane. Yep. Every time that you think, look, it just goes right over and puts some more damage on that tower. And he blinks.
They commit a glyph. They commit a glyph for a solo Naga Siren bottom. That's huge. That's
yeah, that's not something you want to have happen. The
issue remains, they have to kill Schofield if they want to get Roshan, and it doesn't look like they really have the jump for now. So Thunder Predator, they're holding there. They do have this very farm Terrorblade going. Actually, pretty much has Butterfly. Doesn't have buyback, so he needs to be careful. But very strong right now.
I feel like they're just playing with Rebbit. Every time I see Rebbit come up, and then, you know, we had Stan King just throw a Nightmare on him occasionally, you know, Flea comes forward, throws a net on him. It just feels like, I don't know, it feels kind of like cats playing with a dog, if you know what I mean. Like, you know, they just poke and prod the dog, kind of like, whatever, like, you're not going to be able to do anything to me, but I don't know, I'm getting weird. It's late. This match was actually supposed to be at 12 noon. And we had a lot of delays, especially with the internet being an issue for Thunder Predator. So
I don't really see this Tide Hunter as a dog, though. Like, he's gonna have a Radiance. He's more like a... I'm not sure what he is, but okay, he has the Radiance. He has the Radiance. They don't have many buybacks on Thunder Predator, though. The Butterfly just completed the Radiance. Not sure if SG knows about it, but if they get some pickups here...
I feel like Tide Hunter's one of those heroes that's it's kind of okay if you don't have a refresher to not have buyback, because once you build that Ravage, you know, staying alive helps because you've got the Crimson Guard on you, you've also got the Radiance for the mischance and also the burn, but it's not the end of the world if this guy doesn't have the buyback, whereas, who was it that just finished up the Butterfly? Yeah, Atun, that's slightly more important, but again, very similar in the sense of a CK, because once the Metamorphosis is down, it's a lot more difficult for him to be that gigantic threat.
True. With Tide Hunter, I do agree. With Terrorblade, though, you can burst that Terrorblade before he commits the Sunder, because you have Fiend's Grip. Tide Hunter, very unlikely they're going to be able to burst him down before the Ravage. So, as long as they play around Atum, there's always someone protecting him, or he is far back, they're going to be okay.
And these supports don't have an awful lot of gold here either, so it's not like we're going to be seeing a Lotus Orb coming out anytime soon, or anything like that to protect him from the Fiend's Grip.
They're going Side of Ice on Flea, so when he has the Side of Ice plus Blink Dagger, he's actually pretty scary for the Terrorblade.
I think Flea should just go Rapier at this point. He's got enough farm for it, it feels like, right? But no, Flea's a team player. He's going to make the correct decisions, although, ooh, baby.
So you're implying that Rapier is not the correct design.
Oh, there's the net meme hammer getting thrown down. There's no mana left on the Tidehunter. He's just accepted his fate. Although, it's getting a couple of these really nice miss chances. So eventually Flea. Yeah, because you really needed that kill, Flea.
Getting pretty close to decide. Or Rapier.
Now we've already established Flea is a good team player who doesn't make crazy, crazy purchases.
Oh, they might be able to roche out of this. There's no buyback on the Tidehunter. That's really the problem of the Radiance. Like, if you're gonna get the Radiance and just farm by yourself, you might be in trouble. Or maybe they can get a kill.
Are you still? I'm still afraid of Schofield, though. Oh yeah, they get themselves an easy kill there. There was a Prada there. He is no longer, and that Blink 4 coming out from Flea. It's a very murderous mermaid.
Flea's playing like a core. He's just like blinking into tier 2s. He doesn't care.
I mean, he's had a great game. He's probably feeling very, very secure right now. Yep, and they'll go and they'll take the Roche. Oh, look at that buyback. They're not willing to give this up. They had a ward over by the pit. They're still chasing after Laposa here. Laposa might be in a... Oh, the song! The song, the heal comes out, Bowie. They're just going to be able to walk Laposa out. And Flea says, see you later. See you later, nerds.
Well, that does buy time for Tidehunter to come back, so there's not...
Oh, they're going to go into this Roche pit. Can they... I don't think they can fight into this, right, with the Ravage? Looks like they're going to try, though. Laposa just poking and prodding again. Life Drain coming out. Look at that range coming out from Jamer as he tries to just keep Aten from taking too much damage, but I don't know. It feels very suspect still. Even though you know the song is down, it doesn't feel safe.
The problem is when the Metamorphosis is over, SG can go back, and the only thing that they actually have is the Ravage of their Predator. Right. I guess the problem is the Spirit. It's gonna be tough to actually commit to the Roshan before taking the Schofield other Titan. And he's been playing pretty well. He has 5 deaths, but ever since they're trying to get this Roshan, he's nicely positioned. Aeon Disc can now only post. Pretty good versus all that burst.
I mean, I feel like he hasn't even had that much of a like, look, he's sitting 2-1 and 4. Death has not been a huge concern for Laposa, I don't think, but you know, that little extra insurance, I suppose, just so he can create as much chaos as possible. And MKB gets out here from Atun. He's not messing around. No more missed chances against this Terrorblade.
I feel like he's missing a blink. I feel like he needs to follow up the Ravage as soon as it happens, because they don't really have much follow-up. He's doubling pretty much all the other heroes on the team.
But what does he even, like, what does he drop though?
I
guess, but that's, you know, with the nerf on the cooldown on Blink Dagger too. I don't. It's a risky choice. There's the scythe finished up here for Flea.
Okay.
This is one stacked Naga Siren.
Atum is actually completely separated from his team. This is scary, but it doesn't look SG. We'll find him.
Yeah, at this point, everyone's just rolling as a pack.
Double damage. They ping it out. Oh, this might be what Thunder Predator needs. Oh, the illusion takes it down. Oh, Flea.
Nice play coming out from Flea God. And I'm so happy that these guys got picked up by SG. I was really sad again. I was sad to hear when Bardo left. I was very sad when Theolacor had to depart as well. But this new group is working very, very well for them.
For sure. It just feels like SG they're pushing lanes, and as they farm Flea, they're position 1, and eventually they're gonna be able to just like get a refresher shard and win the game like we saw against Spain. It looks like they have a very, like, it seems pretty similar to the strategy we saw versus Spain. They have some different heroes, but overall the way they play around this Naga Siren is very interesting.
Definitely something for teams to keep an eye out in the future.
Yeah, I hope I don't jinx.
Yeah, right? We just,
Like,
you know, we ruined Mandy's Meepo for him by, you know,
yeah.
constantly talking about it and hyping it up. Although I'm pretty sure that BTS, the Portuguese one, was also watching the game, so that's not all on us. I'm pretty sure they had way more viewers than my my open qualifier stream. So you know, we're not gonna take that blame. I'm sure that wasn't us. Never mind.
Oh, I mean, what does Thunder Predator? Like, that's really the problem. You have this template, but you're always afraid of committing a metamorphosis. So you can have this Pangolin just jumping in front of 2 heroes. And you don't really want to try and do anything because he has a Loader's Orb, an Aeon Disc, Rolling Thunder, and it just feels like as time passes by, SG they're farming more, and that Terrorblade becomes less of an issue because you have more cores on the side of SG, and you're gonna have buybacks and those Boots of Travels, so eventually they'll just win the game, I guess.
It's feeling kind of impossible right now. Again, you know, Atun's just doing a bang-up job being able to farm and get these items, but the rest of his team, like you said, they're really far behind. And what are they gonna do? They use the Ravage. You know, Atun tries to get in there, but the rest of the team, because they're so criminally underfarmed in comparison. And plus, you know, you've got Flea, who's like, look at this guy. Just hiding in the trees, doesn't even care. Waves hello to Schofield, takes a selfie with him, and then walks out.
Takes a selfie.
Yeah, pretty much, honestly. You know, just walks right down, uses the song. You think he cares? He doesn't care. Look, he walks right back in, the three of them, and says, bye, guys.
Oh, top lane is pushing super hard right now. They're
Like,
gonna have to.
he literally walked in the middle of all three of them. Just does not care.
He is almost ahead of 4DR in terms of that. That's
Aw,
how much.
Question mark? Oh, they used the Earth Splitter. That was questionable. No one's actually in that pit. That's a big victory, actually, for the side of SG if they want to get in there. There's no more Earth Splitter.
But they don't have a song, right?
That's
so
true.
That's
They do
what
not
they're
have
trying
song.
to do.
Looks like they're fine. All right, Atun, are you going to actually pick up the Aegis this time? He's got an open slot in his inventory, so he does manage to pick it up this time around. Also grabs that cheese. Schofield needs a little TLC here. We'll be able to get burned up, and he's actually got his own BKB. Go get the stomp. Poses Aeon Disc does proc. That was a weird engagement.
Yeah, it was a nice play by Thunder Predator, recognizing that the song was used and being able to get Roshan. But now they don't have meta. They do have Ravage, so it was good patience by them, actually saving the ability. And now they're going Lotus Orb on that side. He already has a Kraken Shell damage. It will be even harder to get.
When are we gonna see? When are we gonna see some nullifiers coming out? I feel like that could be a good pickup here for SG.
Yeah, probably. The Piao is probably the better option because he has so many units that attack.
Yeah.
But we could see it on the Bloodseeker.
I don't know. He did just finish up a Lincoln, so he's got a Lincoln. So he's got the Assault Cuirass. He's had that Blade Mail and Radiance for a while now.
Yeah, the
Lee's
problem
got
is that
a
even with
gem.
that Aegis, the gold advantage just keeps increasing. They just farm the map better because they have resources better split up. So all the heroes, they don't really feel afraid of pushing waves. And that's something that's very important. Like having this one big Terrorblade, like it's not really about playing for Protect 1, but the types of heroes that you play this way. And Terrorblade is a hero.
I just like Atun walking around and just casually sundering Tidehunter because he took that minus 35 seconds cooldown for Sunder.
That's just a meme talent.
He wins games
5
sometimes.
seconds. That's... No, by meme I say it's so strong that you call it a meme, but yeah. Pugna, getting close to that Super Nether Blast. Just destroy creep wave with it.
Oh, J. Marie, he pops that BKB, but he's rooted. He can't get close enough to flee. Flea just literally gonna do what his name says. He's gonna just flee out. Oh, net, man. What a spell.
But that that might be a problem. We saw Thunder Predator being able to utilize the cooldown last time. Maybe they are gonna try to go high ground.
Flea's already just back at it, and he's ready to poke away here. He's got that meme hammer. He's going to be able to take down the tower fairly soon. They are pushing, though. They've got the Metamorphosis up. They've got that Aegis, MKB, everything. Floodright comes out, though. Push him off, and in comes the Pangolier. He's got that Mjolnir. All those procs up. We'll get the not the Ravage, the Rupture. They spin around. They take down the Aegis so quickly, Bowie.
He doesn't have mana. This is huge.
It's like you said, and during all this, we just have this problem in the bottom lane. 4DR, he's already down to this bottom lane. He TP'd down. He's taking their base. Oh, hello, 4DR. Don't forget to hit that. Thank you. I love how when they think they've already got enough hits on these buildings or like a hero, when they just walk away, and it's got like literally like 2 hit points. Sheepstick comes out though. Flea's got his eyes over here on that Willow, and it doesn't matter with that Shadow Realm. You're just gonna get cut down.
This is so crushing for Thunder Predator. They work so hard to get that Aegis, and that's a problem with Terrorblade as a hero. That Metamorphosis is so important that you have so much farm this hero, you want to give him the Aegis, but a lot of the times it works like we saw. You just eye bursted. It was a nice play by Tavo though, using the Rolling Thunder. The hero is so good at high ground defense just because you use your base as a means to go back and forth.
4DR up until oh, the Nightmare comes out immediately over onto Aten. And 4DR is just focusing over here. Oh man, I'm getting some stutter in my game, but he's got that BKB. They'll turn back around. Rolling Thunder coming in. Laposte is looking for that opening. Oh no, Aten, not like this. He's gonna try to go, but the Ravage comes out! And they go and they pop the Lincolns over on Constabile. He's caught that blade mail, but Flea, the MVP, coming back in here, will be able to go heal up his cores. They're gonna be able to walk away if they want. Looks like they put some pressure over here into the top lane. 4DR running away with Stand King now. The damage is done. They take a tower and half a Rax. And they're still trying to put even more damage here.
That Aghanim Scepter is so good. I feel like they buffed it too much. As it is right now, it's like, it's not only a disengage, you heal your cores. So instead of actually running away, they are able to get the Shrine bottom. They are able to like even meme hammer the range barracks once more before completely disengaging. And this is a 25k goal lead. SG, they're just farming the map better.
I just feel like, oh, there it is. There it is, our first Rapier of Qualifiers.
Oh.
It's go time. I mean, this is the make it or break it, right? Oh, the Fiend Script getting used over into Schofield. Schofield's going to have to go use that BKB. They'll jump for it. They immediately proc the Aeon Disc. This is a big surprise to everyone now with Aten having that Rapier. And they'll turn their attention again over onto Schofield, heal him up. And now this is going on. Hey, who's in the base? It looks like it's 4DR. He's going to be taking it. Someone's got to go home. Do they even realize that it's happening? Oh, the song! The four-man song coming out! Oh my goodness. Dios mío, there's a Rolling Thunder. They can't get home. They've got to try to fight this. Now Aten, he has that Thunder. He's going to be able to buy himself some more time. They turn their attention around. There's the Bane. He's taking a little bit of a nap. Sand King trying to run out. They've got a refresher. Looks like they'll... Oh, the song comes out from Flea again.
He also has a refresher.
Oh my god, what is happening in this game? And 4DR, he's just going for Megas. They haven't been able to come back to the base and do anything about this.
He has BKB.
He's still there. He's just going to try to take it down, I think. Yeah, look at him. Pops a BKB. Just hitting away. Look at Rebit. Just, please get off my base, sir. Please. Q gets popped. And he's in this. They have any vision on him, though. They don't have... They dust him? What's... Oh, Rolling Thunder again coming through. They throw that Mjolnir active over, and they'll just take down Schofield like it's nothing. And we get this whole other skirmish over here. They use the Fear spell.
Megas was acquired. They got Megas.
I don't know what Thunder Predator does now, Bowie. They lost oh, they still have the Rapier. Okay, that's good. They have that at least, but I feel like they're not long for this world. I hate to say. Are they gonna go for... Okay, all right. Casual clarity picked up by Anton. Man, he's got that. He's got a refresher on him too. Oh. It's a very hype match for very late at night.
That's true. But I feel like SG, they definitely have the right idea. They understand the way Adam plays, and they're just outmaneuvering him. He has all those items, but at the end of the day, if you cannot actually hit the barracks, if you cannot follow up to the Ravage, it's pretty tough to utilize that 38k network that he has. And the gold on SG just counts more because of how they're playing.
You know, this is pretty funny because I've talked about this in a couple of the drafts where Thunder Predator, they enjoy doing a bit of split pushing, right? I've seen it do quite a bit of it in Birmingham. Oh man, bottom lane, 4DR is here and in comes that Pangolier. And they've got the Nullifier up and running. This Tidehunter, he's tanky, but he's not tanky enough anymore. Can they finish up? Yeah, Laposa just rolls on through, bringing the Thunder.
Over?
It feels like it's over. They don't have a Tidehunter right now. And I mean, you've got a Rapier on Autumn, so I guess you fight to the very last breath. But you gotta feel bad for these guys, right? They've had such a difficult day. They've been trying to figure they started off this morning, right? They went to an internet cafe, I believe. And like right there is rough playing these, oh boy, Dark Willow. The TP comes out, knows that he can't make it back into the base. Nullifier again comes out on Pugna. He's just going to get shredded down. Rolling Thunder comes back through again. They've got their eyes on multiple targets. Oh, Atun, he tries to get himself away, but no, he's down. There's a Rapier on the ground. 4DR has it. This game's looking pretty over, Bowie. They buy back on a couple of these heroes. Everyone's ready to finish it up. It's late at night. If you're living in Brazil, it's past midnight. These guys, yeah, look at that. They'll just take down Schofield. They'll roll forward. The Hex comes out. There's the GG call. Thunder Predator, they did their best, man, but SG showing why you don't let Flea have a Naga Siren. Yeah, Laposa, tip and Flea.
Thanks. He played amazing, but I guess this game also showcases some nerfs to Terrorblade. Ever since they added the backpack, and the fact that items that stay in the ground or in the backpack have double the cooldown. It's 50% the cooldown. That refresher was still on cooldown. So even then, even after the buyback, he couldn't get the Metamorphosis again. So it was pretty tough having that 7th slot that doesn't really work as a 7th slot. So the cooldown is so long. But, I mean, they played well. Atum, he farmed super. He was ahead pretty much the entire game. But SG, I guess, the better teamwork definitely playing a role in that game. And I guess that's a good testament for banning Naga Siren first phase versus SG. It's just too annoying. Like, how do you do against that?
I mean, Flea's been really good on this hero for quite a while, and he's proven it now twice that you don't want to let him get that. But of course, you got to look at the other options on the board. What are you letting slide through if you ban out that Naga Siren? I think I was watching the regular BTS hub earlier, and they were saying, you know, if you let the Naga Siren through, sometimes you end up letting the Io through, which is even scarier.
Yeah.
So it becomes the lesser of the two evils for sure. I'm just wondering, was the Pugna, was that kind of ending, like, I get that what they wanted to do with the Pugna, but would it have been better if they picked something else for J-Marie?
I don't feel like it's much the pick more than the way Thunder Predator played. Like, I like the idea of getting the Radiance on the Tidehunter, but it looks like they never really grouped up too much with 4 heroes. So you have the Tidehunter in front, the Nether Blast, and then Atom just split pushes while SG has to deal with that. They were like farming the Tidehunter, farming the Terrorblade, I guess. They were too greedy with the way they wanted to enable their cores, and it ended up backfiring because it came to a point where just Atom could actually show the waves, and everyone just got super underfarmed, and SG just played the farming game until what we saw. So I feel like it's not really the Pugna, but more the way they played. I guess too greedy.
Well, that is something that Thunder Predator has done in the past. They play very, very greedy, and it generally pays off, but today doesn't seem to be the case. But GG, well played over to the side of Thunder Predator. They gave it their best. Aten definitely, you know, put in the work for sure. But SG proving that this new roster is really, really strong, and you just shouldn't let Flea get that Naga Siren.
Yeah.
All right, guys. Thank you so much. I know this is a very late match. It was scheduled to be earlier today, but of course, Thunder Predator was having a lot of difficulties with their internet. Hats off to SG for being the good sportsman and deciding to, push this match back, because I'm sure they're exhausted right now after playing nonstop. But thank you again for joining us here. I am at Moxxi Cast. We have at D2Bowie. If you enjoyed this cast, please give us a follow on Twitter. Otherwise, I'll see you tomorrow. We're going to be on the Beyond the Summit 2 channel, starting at 12 Eastern Daylight Time. And I believe the first match that we've got tomorrow is going to be, let me look at the schedule.
It's
Infamous versus Pain Gaming.
Yes. Yeah.
You're one lineup, Bowie.
Yeah.
And thank you guys for being patient during some of these technical difficulties. I know we had some issues with Bowie's microphone. We had an issue with the overlay because I was trying to figure out other stuff. I was trying to figure out other audio options with Bowie's microphone.
It's all my fault, guys.
No.
Moxxi
It's fine.
It's
fine. It all worked out. Okay? Right. So everything is good. So thank you guys again for hanging out with us. And hopefully we will see you tomorrow over at Beyond the Summit 2. GG.